Alrighty, welcome ladies and gentlemen, Jedi and Sith, to another video where we got the Galactic Legend kits revealed for both the Sith Emperor himself and Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. Now, I'm really excited for this. This is going to be very interesting. I'm trying to decide if I want to do both in the same video, but you know what, I think I'll let him let a friend decide.
Do it.
Okay, you heard him. I guess I'm doing both. Now, let's just start off with the one that I'm going to go after, Sith Eternal Emperor. Now, I already have read over this, so this is not my first time reaction. I've also seen Fans Han's video, links to them. They'll be up in the right hand corner. But let's get on it. He doesn't have any Empire synergies, which is interesting. No Empire, no First Order, it's just Sith, which kind of sucks. I was hoping that maybe you'd at least have the Empire tag, so that then Vader could get an additional plus 16 speed. Saying that with the hand in front of my face so CG doesn't see it, but I guess they already probably took that in consideration. Now, his basic is called Deception, and it says deal special damage to target enemy. If that enemy wasn't deceived, they become deceived for 2 turns, increased to 3 turns if they were Jedi. There's a lot of, I'll just say this right now, there's a lot of anti-Jedi synergy in this. So we're talking Jedi Master Luke Skywalker, Palp Scott, anti-synergy for you. Jedi Knight Revan, anti-synergy for you. Jedi Knight Luke, anti-synergy for you. Gas, Kiendemundi, maybe one day in the far future Mace Windu. Just saying. However, when they are deceived, plus also they cannot be copied, dispelled, or resisted, Sith Emperor also gains speed for 2 turns. But this is something huge. He cannot be targeted when they have deceived. He then also gains an additional 2% charge, which is crazy. So they cannot target, I'll read it in their words, they cannot target SEE during their turn if another Sith enemy is active. So pretty much you're going to want tanky Sith in there. You're looking at Malak, you're looking at, as you can see up here, Malak, Sith Trooper, and Darth Sion. There's 3. I'd suggest putting those 3 in there, and then Vader, for obvious reasons, because, well, Vader's Vader. And I don't know, without the Empire synergy, I was seriously thinking, I'm like, okay, have Sith Eternal Emperor in there, Sith, just regular Palpatine, throw in Vader, Thrawn. There's 4 characters, and then throw in like Piet. There's 5, but he has no Empire synergy, which really makes me sad. Because I mean, Piet, who's going to be a huge part, like is required for this event, doesn't have any synergy with the guy. So that's my one complaint about Sith Eternal Emperor, 0 Empire synergy. But I mean, you pair up this dude with Malak and Sith Trooper, Empire Trooper, you're going to have 2 taunting tanks. He's not going to be able to be hit. They're just going to be soaking up damage. You throw in Vader in there, and then I guess maybe Wat Tambor to pass tank tech around as well as damage, and whoo-wee, that's going to be nasty. But let's move on to So Be It Jedi. And it says deal special damage to target enemy and call all other, emphasis on the all, dark side allies to assist, dealing 10% more damage for each deceived enemy. That means on most teams you're going to get a 50% bonus damage. Now, I know he's a Galactic Legend, so like countering Geos isn't going to be that much, but or Mon Mothma also, countering Mon Mothma or Geos are not going to be big at all. Like, they're Galactic Legends, of course they are, but 60% more damage, whew. And then, if that's not enough, anti-Jedi synergy again. Dark side allies recover 50% protection when Jedi enemies are defeated on this turn, which cannot be revived. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. There's a period. When he uses ability, he heals all dark side allies with 50% protection, and then Jedi enemies defeated are not revived. There's a period there. It's not based on the clause of Jedi enemies. That's my bad. I missed that the first time I read through. Now, his special 2 is Unraveled Destiny. It's got a cooldown of 6, and of course, because he's a Galactic Legend, a Zeta, which, I mean, as you've probably already been seeing, there's Zetas. probably actually having a hard time reading this. That's my bad. Let's zoom in and get you the front row seats on this right here. Just get that lightning. Just focus in on that. Just look at that. Oh, this is gonna be awesome. This one says Dark Side allies gain retribution for 3 turns, which is huge. It's gonna be huge. I mean, imagine having Mallet counter you, and then imagine having Darth Revan counter you, or Palpatine counter you, regular Palpatine, or Vader, or Thrawn without a fracture, or Piet too. Dang, whoa! I'm just like running off lists. Scion, he's gonna inflict more pain on you. Dang, that's gonna be nasty. And then Dark Side tank allies gain taunt for 2 turns, and then removed linked from all enemies. Then target enemy becomes linked until linked enemy is defeated, or until the end of the encounter. So until either the encounter is over, or the other linked enemy is defeated, they will still have linked. And Sith Emperor gains the granted ability Entwined Fate and takes a bonus turn. So I'm guessing that's going to be instantly used, and during this bonus turn he can only use Entwined Fate, which makes sense. And what it does is he can target anyone. It ignores any taunt effects. That includes Death Mark, whatever. This character is linked, and then after he uses Unraveled Destiny, Entwined Fate, he then uses that, and whoever you target with that ability is going to then be linked to the target enemy of Unraveled Destiny, if that makes sense. So you gain this bonus ability that then links another person to the first target. So that's how you get your 2 linked enemies. Now, the leader wasn't that big. I was expecting like 5 paragraphs here of text like this one, but no, we got a pretty decent sized leadership here. That's not bad at all. Dark Side allies gain 25% mastery, 30% potency, and plus 20 speed. Vader's gonna be running circles around people. Thrawn's gonna be running circles around people. Piet, despite no Empire synergy, is going to be running circles around these people, and it's doubled for Sith allies. So, do you remember when I said Vader's gonna be running circles? Yeah, he's gonna be running circles. Whenever a deceived or linked enemy uses an ability, Sith Eternal Emperor gains 10% mastery until the end of the encounter, and other Sith allies gain half that amount. And whenever a linked enemy uses an ability, Sith Eternal Emperor gains an 8% ultimate charge. This dude's just like gaining stuff as enemies, his puppets, take turns. And whenever a Sith ally is defeated, so whenever one of your tanks are defeated, whenever Vader's defeated, because you're probably going to want Vader on this team, I'm just going to say that now, dispel all debuffs on other Sith allies, and they recover 100% health and protection. However, sadly, Sith allies cannot be revived. Sorry, Darth Scion. That is going to suck. Yeah, that's going to be hard. Except he's the only one who can be revived, so I think we're okay. And they ignore defense when targeting a Jedi enemy. Like, Jedi Knight Revan is just going to get destroyed. Just saying that now. Like, if any Jedi Knight Revans go up against this, I'm seeing this as a direct counter to a lot of the Galactic Legend counters for Rey and Kylo. I mean, you're thinking like Jedi Knight Revan with gas, Jedi Knight Revan with gas, and Jedi Knight Luke, Jedi Knight Revan with Thrawn. Like, the list goes on and on of Jedi Knight Revan is a counter to Rey Kylo, because he's still stupidly broken, and always has been, because Revan's awesome. But this is pretty much saying, yeah, bye-bye, get out of here. However, Jedi Knight Luke, we're going to get to there, makes it a whole lot better. Oops, spoilers, sorry. His first unique, sorry, I can't speak right now, I'm just shocked. Sith Eternal Emperor is immune to taunt effects and turn meter reduction, and deceived enemies can't counter. Nice. And deceived Rebel and Jedi can't gain bonus turn meter. Again, anti-Jedi Knight Revan, anti-Commander Luke, anti. That's right there. Just, yeah, you're not going. Sorry, Fives, you don't get a counter. Sorry, Arc Trooper, you don't get a counter. Sorry, Nest. Bye-bye now. At the start of Sith EE, I'm just going to call him SEE for now on. If no enemies are deceived, the weakest light side enemy becomes deceived, and whenever a deceived enemy uses an ability, their weakest ally without deceived becomes deceived. So he's just spreading the deception. And they become deceived for the max duration Sith Emperor could inflict them once per turn. And Sith Emperor recovers 2% protection. Deceived cannot be copied, dispelled, or resisted. At the top of each linked turn, linked enemies lose 20% max protection, which is quadrupled. Yeah, you heard me. Quadrupled. 4 times the amount for Jedi. Just let that sink in for a moment. And then if that's not any better, well, let's see. 20% max protection times 4, that's 80%. 80% of their max protection is going to be lost. And then Sith Emperor Palpatine gains 25%. So 80% is lost. He then takes 25% from that 80%. And then linked raid bosses instead gain exposed for 2 turns, which can't be resisted. And linked enemies cannot be critically hit. They can't critically hit, and damage they deal is decreased by 25%. That's not saying anything about raid bosses. So Traya, this the Sith raid, I'm guessing this is going to be another solo run because, one, they're losing. Well, they're going to be getting exposed. For 2 turns, and yeah. And then they also can't critically hit. And moving on. Unit 2, Galactic Legend. This unit takes reduced damage. It's the same. I'm just going to say that now as all the other ones. This unit has 10% max health and max protection per relic amplified level. And damage they received is decreased by 30%. They also take massive damage from destroy effects and are immune to stun. So just like all the other Galactic Legends. So you can't annihilate them, can't disintegrate them, can't Rexalate them. Now, Ultimate. I am all the Sith. Must be at 100% charge. No Supreme Leader Kylo action in here. But Sith Eternal Emperor gains 2% max charge whenever a deceived enemy uses an ability. And if Sith Eternal Emperor is leader, he also gains 8% charge whenever linked enemy uses an ability. So, I mean, this is crazy, his one that's going to happen here. He gains mastery equal to his current mastery until the end of the battle. So, how I'm reading that, I'm just going to say this here. He already has a mastery, right? Mastery number, let's just say 100. He's then going to gain extra. So 100 plus 100, we're looking at an additional 200 mastery on him. And since he's an attacker, I'm guessing that's going to be offense. And if he's in the leader, and then he transforms into Sith EE Restored. And if he's the leader, all other dark side allies gain mastery equal to their current mastery until the end of the battle. Vader, again, you're going to want him in here. And then remove Deceived from all deceived enemies and inflict Deceived until the end of the encounter. It will no longer be dispelled at the end of their turn, however that worked. I'm trying to remember. And then whenever he transforms, he loses the abilities Deception and So Be It Jedi and gains 2 new abilities. First, the basic Revitalized Shock deals special damage to target enemy and inflicts shock for 2 turns, which cannot be copied or dispelled. This attack deals 150% more damage to deceived light side enemies. If the target was already deceived, reduce the cooldown of power, unlimited power, by 1 for each deceived enemy. This attack cannot be evaded. Special 2, Power, unlimited power, instantly defeat linked enemies and deal special damage to all enemies. Then dispel all buffs on deceived enemies and deal special damage to them instead. Enemies defeated this ability cannot be revived, and this attack cannot be evaded. Was that dramatic enough for you? Because he... Yeah. Just gonna say now, I'm going to tell you what I think the best team is. You're going to want Vader in here. Sith Eternal Emperor obviously lead. You're going to want Vader in here. I'm thinking you're going to want Palps in here, regular Palps, OG Palps. honestly, and then you're probably going to want 2 Sith tanks, so you're looking at, yeah, and then there's your team, 2 Sith tanks. Most likely Malik and Sith Empire Trooper will be the best ones in there. However, if you don't want to break up your Darth Revan team, or break up one of your many counters, Galactic Legend, I'm thinking Thrawn in there. Oh wait, Thrawn's using the counter too. Or Piet. Oh wait, Piet's using the counters too. Let's just say I think the best team is going to include Vader. Vader all the way. Personally, I'll put Palpatine in there because he can be stunning people. And then you got Deceived in there, and then you get Shocked in there, and then because he's inflicting shock too. And Palpatine can go on his turn me rampage that I've showed you in the past, where he just keeps shocking and shocking and shocking with his basic, and just keeps on moving along. Now, wasted a lot of time on that one. Don't feel like it's wasted because this is the character I'm going for. But let's go over to Jedi Master Luke. We're going to take this one real quick because he's a tank. That's right. He's going to be taunting. He's pretty much Hermit Yoda except a tank. He's like Hermit Yoda and Clone Sergeant's ship combined. That's how his tank works. So, basic Indomitable Blast. Inflict buff immunity, huge, and deal special damage to them. Luke gains 2% max health until the end of the encounter. They grow beyond. He teaches them something, probably some Jedi stuff, hokey religions, ancient weapons, you know. But this is what it does. It calls another ally to assist them, grant them an Jedi Master Luke advantage in crit damage. It also dazes the enemy, inflicts tenacity down on the enemy, and on raid bosses it inflicts tenacity down and inflicts 3 exposes for 2 turns. If target other ally is Jedi, they gain if target other ally is Jedi, that ally gains Jedi lessons for 3 turns, which can't be copied if they already have Jedi lessons. And which they can't be copied. If they already have Jedi lessons, the duration of the current stacks on them resets to 3 turns. It has a max of 3 stacks, and they gain 20% mastery per stack. I'm going to say this now. Jedi Knight Luke, you're going to want in under Jedi Master Luke, and also probably Gas and Hermit Yoda and Ezra, because just damage. You're going to want damage dealers in here. You're going to want everyone to be hiding behind Luke. And then 20% mastery per stack. You're looking at 60% mastery, and Jedi Knight Luke is an attacker who already can one-shot people. Already. And you're giving him a 60% mastery when his damage is mastery. Part of his mastery. Woo-wee! His next ability, Efflux, deals special damage to all enemies. Remove 20% turn meter. Ha! Clone Sergeant can remove more. And then inflict ability block and breach for 2 turns. Haven't seen that since Houndstooth and the Bounty Hunters. And then deal 10% more damage and remove an additional 5% for each ally with Jedi Lessons or Jedi Legacy. Let's see, 5 times 4. You're looking at an additional 20% turn meter. Ha! Clone Sergeant still removes more turn meter. And then all allies gain 50% turn meter and critical hit immunity. Dang it. Breach, negative 25% speed, negative 25% defense, and does not stack with speed down or defense down. Uniques. Let's get into the unique. Where's his leadership? There it is. Interesting. They did it differently for Palpatine. Unique 1, Zeta, Jedi Legacy. Jedi allies may gain Jedi lessons. The first time each other Jedi allies falls below 100% health, they recover 25% health and protection, doubled for Jedi allies. That's like Jedi Knight Revan, except broken times 5. Because every time they die, or are going to die, they're going to recover health. And then let's move on. At the start of the battle, Jedi Master Luke Skywalker gains Jedi Legacy until the end of the battle, which cannot be copied, dispelled, or prevented, and Jedi Legacy, and Jedi Legacy gains 100% mastery, ignores taunt during their turn, and can't gain Jedi Lessons. Which makes sense, because you're giving them 100% mastery. If you then gave them an additional 60% mastery, you're talking about 160 mastery on Jedi Knight Luke. Whew, I'm glad they put that in there. Unique 2 Galactic Legend. It's the same as Palpatine. It's the same as all the other Galactic Legends. So we're just going to move on to the leader, which says final text. All light side enemies have 10% max health and max protection doubled for Jedi allies. All Jedi allies have 30% offense and 40% speed. Plus 40 speed? I missed that last time. Now, if all Jedis and Jedi Master Luke's... If all allies are Jedi, Jedi Master Luke Skywalker taunts while he has protection. Clone Sergeant ship. That's like the third time I've mentioned Clone Sergeant in Jedi Luke's kit. Jedi Master Luke's kit, sorry. The first time each other Jedi ally falls below 100% health, they dispel all debuffs on themselves and gain crit hit immunity, defense up, and tenacity up for 2 turns. Then Luke taunts for 2 turns, which cannot be copied, dispelled, or prevented. So when he saves them, just like Jedi Knight Revan, he then gains taunt and grants all allies, and then also Jedi allies gain the granted ability Inherited Teachings. Inherited Teachings is gain Jedi lessons for 3 turns and call target other light side ally to assist, dealing 90% less damage. Doesn't really matter. But they deal true damage to the target enemy based on 60% of Jedi Master Luke's base protection, which cannot be evaded. If that ally is Jedi, they gain Jedi lessons for 3 turns and 50% turn meter recover protection equal to 5% of Luke's max protection, and reduce the cooldown of their inherited teachings by 1. This ability cannot be used if there are no other Jedi allies and has a cooldown of 2. Where's the cooldown? Cooldown of 2? Whew. Now, his ultimate stance, same as before, must charge to 100% before use. Let's see this right here. Oh yeah, he's transforming, sending out his force projection while he sits on the background. Oh man, that's awesome. Jedi Master Luke gains 8% charge, and whenever a Jedi ally gains Jedi lessons, or the duration of all their current stacks of Jedi lessons is reset. So if they gain or lose them, he's going to get 8%. Then Jedi Master Luke transforms into Jedi Master Luke, heroic, and dispels Jedi lessons from all Jedi allies. Interesting. Dispel all debuffs and reset the cooldown of their special abilities. All Jedi allies gain critical chance up, crit damage for 2 turns, and gain Jedi legacies and 30% offense until the end of the battle. And when Luke transforms, the mat cooldown on they grow beyond, and efflux is reduced by 2. I hope that after he does that his animations change, because he's got a lightsaber now. Can he attack with them instead of just I think they will. I hope they will, instead of just waving his hand, because then why did you do the summon right there? But yeah, I definitely think a lot of the synergies that they are suggesting, Hermit Yoda gonna make these 2 already deal damage, then Jedi Luke gonna make those 2 deal damage. It's gonna be nasty. That's a lot of offense for Jedi Knight Luke and Gas, who already deal ridiculous amounts of damage and are sorry for the voice crack, but they also already are used in counters to the Galactic Legend Rain Kylo. And when you then add all the damage increase from Jedi Master Luke, we're talking huge numbers here. If we thought Galactic Legend counter with Jedi Knight Revan was easy before, easy, I say that in quotation marks, it's going to be a whole lot easier now. So, that's what I'm thinking about this. I'm not going to lie, I'm feeling like these Galactic Legends are better than Rey and Kylo. But, that might just be bias, and it might be just because they're new, and you're sitting there reading them, and who knows, maybe my thoughts on the kits are going to turn out to be wrong. How I think some things are going to work are going to be wrong. If you have any questions and you're sitting there going, I don't think I know how this works, leave a question in the comments. I'll try and answer it. And also, I'll try and make a follow-up video on this after they are released on whether or not they're good, which they probably should be. And also answering your questions. That's really what I meant to say. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, and as always, this has been the Grand Admiral End transmission.